Hello, it's Irfan. I've got an Apple MacBook here. The model number is A1225 and the whole thing is Apple operating system. One of my Craigslist friends, Israel, he gave it to me. He had given me a whole lot of stuff previously. He remembered me and then he contacted me to say he's got this to give away, because I send stuff over to the Philippines. Now, they're not familiar with Apple operating system. They're more familiar with Windows operating system. So I wanted to install a Windows operating system, preferably Windows 10, before I sent it over. I did some research on the web and I was able to come up with instructions on how to do it. First thing it told me to do was to verify that this Apple MacBook has an Intel core processor, which I already did. Now to do that, right now I'm downloading the software to install the Windows operating system. It takes time to do that, so I started that already. We have to go over here to the top left where it has the Apple icon, the little apple with a bite mark on it. If we click on that, it'll say about this Mac. So we click on that and then it gives us what the computer is about, and it does say processor is 2.8 gigahertz Intel Core 2 Duo. So we know we've got that. We can close it out now with that red traffic light there. Close that out. And then what it said to do was we have to open up Boot Camp Assistant. So how I did that was I went up here on the top left corner of the screen where it says Go. Click on Go. And then I went down to Applications. Click on Applications and I went over to the search bar there and I put in Boot Camp Assistant. As soon as I put in that, it comes up with Boot Camp Assistant here. So I'll double click on that, and this is the stage that I'm up right now, because I already started Boot Camp Assistant to save some time on downloading the software. Saving Windows Support software. So what that does, that Windows Support software, I'm downloading it right now to a disk I got plugged in at the back here, USB flash drive. Yeah, let me see. You can probably see it here. That's it. When it does that, it's Apple based. The Apple based app will recognize the Windows operating system. The installer disk cannot be found. Insert your Windows installer disk and wait a few seconds for the disk to be recognized. I don't know what that is. Let me see. Go to Safari. I'm gonna download Windows 10 disk image ISO file. It says select edition. It says the Windows 10 2022 update version 22H2, select edition. Windows 10 editions below are valid for both Windows 10 Home and Windows 10 Pro. So if I click on the drop down menu, it gives me Windows 10 multi-edition ISO. That's what I need. I click on that, confirm. Now select language is going to be English United States, and then confirm. Validating your request. This may take several minutes. So here we got Windows 10 English, 32-bit and 64-bit. We want 64-bit. Click on that. Downloads. How do I know that it's downloading? Oh, here, up there in the top right of the Safari browser, it's got the downloads there. 20 minutes remaining. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stop video here because it's gonna take 20 minutes, and then I'll try to combine the continuation and see if I could do that, because I downloaded something called Shortcut, a video editing app. One of my Craigslist friends, Larry, he does animation, he told me about it. Right now it's downloading the Windows 10 64-bit ISO, and it's got 80 minutes remaining. Talk to you later. Hey, I'm continuing the video now. I've already downloaded the Windows 10 ISO. It's in the downloads folder here, right in that taskbar. So if I click on that, then it says open in folder there. So there it is, and it's 6.12 gigabytes. Now the tutorial told me to go to boot camp, so I'm gonna click on go, and then I'll go down to utilities. Here it is, boot camp assistant. Click on that. Here it is, boot camp assistant. Boot camp assistant helps install Microsoft Windows on an Intel based Mac. Alright, so continue. Download latest Windows support software from Apple. Support software design, install Windows 7. Let's say, well, it gives me Windows 7 here. I don't have Windows 7 downloaded. Let me click continue, see what happens. Windows support software will be downloaded and saved to an extra. The installer disk cannot be found, so that install Windows 7. Alright, I know what I gotta do. Okay guys, I'm back again. I got what I wanted. It was giving me Windows 7, right? So I had an actual disk that I put in here. It's got a optical disc reader slot there. So once I put that in, here you can see boot camp, that other stuff, whatever that is, and here is the Windows 7 Ultimate 64-bit disk. That's how it actually brought me up to do something here. And this is what it's telling me. Create a partition for Windows. Each operating system requires its own partition of the disk. Drag the divider to set the size of the partitions, or click the divide equally button. Macintosh HD will be partitioned as. Now this hard drive in this Apple MacBook is a 750 gigabyte hard drive. Right now the Apple Mac operating system is 717 gigabytes. It's got 580 gigabyte free, and that's here. And on the right, Windows 32 gigabytes. So I'm gonna give it like maybe, let me drag it and see how it works. We're both doing this together. If I, yep, you see you could drag it anyhow you want. As I give the Windows more, it gives the Apple less. 192 gigabyte free, right? So what I'll do, being that they're going to be using Windows more than Apple, and this is 750, so if I give 251 gigabytes free for the MacBook, and 361 for that. So I'll click install. Alright, continue. What else could I do? Status, partition, and disk. That's what's going on right now here. Something's happening. Well, I just missed it, but it says start in Windows. So here we are on the Apple MacBook model A1225, and I'm putting Windows 7 on it. There you see the Apple. Alrighty. So where's English? English United States, US, next. Install now. Setup is starting. Let me, alright, I accept. Next. Free spaces, free spaces here. Drive options, advanced format. Alright, okay. Next. Alright, that's what I had to do. I had to format it. So now it's going through the usual thing that it does. I'm gonna stop it here and then come back later when it goes through the progress. Alrighty guys, I'm happy I'm making some progress here. This thing is working. Something's going on. Starting Windows. See that? You may settings. Setup is start in services. Alright, so it's finished the installation. And here's what we got. Set up Windows. Windows 7 Ultimate. Alright. Set up Windows later on. Preparing your desktop. There you got the Windows logo. What it says is when you boot up, you hit this option key on the keyboard while it's booting up, and that'll give you the choice to go into the Mac operating system or Windows operating system. So let's do that. I'm gonna go to start. I'm gonna go to restart. Hit the option key. Maybe I was too late, but we'll see. Aha! There we go. I hit the option key on the keyboard. Now this is an Apple keyboard. I don't know if another keyboard like a regular Dell or Inland or one of these Kingston keyboards would have it. And it gives me the options here. Macintosh HD, which is the the Apple stuff. Then Windows, which is what we just put in, and recovery. That's the disk at the back here. I didn't get a chance to disconnect that. So we're gonna go with, yep, with tab I could go around to each one. So I'm gonna go with Macintosh and we'll boot up in that, and then I'll do it the other way too. So hit return. There you see the Apple logo. So it's booting up as normal Apple MacBook now. As soon as it does that, I'll reboot it again and choose Windows, and you'll see that both operating systems are installed on the Apple MacBook or A1225. This unit is from 2007 according to the data I got from it. Alright, here we go. There's the Apple sign-on stuff. Name. Booting up now. There you have it. Oh, I gotta enter another password again. Hang on a minute. Alright, so here we go. That's your Apple operating system. And this is what I had been doing before it brings back up what where I left off. So I'm gonna just minimize that, and it goes to the bottom there. What I gotta do now is eject this boot camp. Eject boot camp. So it's gone now. I could unplug it from the back, and this is what it was. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back up to the Apple logo, click on that, and I go to restart, right? Once I hit restart, I'm going to do the same thing with the, oh, it gives me this here now, restart. Yeah. Hit the option now. Alright, good. So I held down the option key for a few seconds, and now it's on Windows. If I tab it, if I hit the tab button, it'll cycle through each one of them. I'm going to go with Windows and hit enter is return. Please wait. Alright, there you go. Windows 7 on an Apple MacBook model A1225. So I'm going to shut down now. Start and shut down. And if I do the arrow, it gives me the options, right? So I'm just going to shut down. Shutting down. Alright guys, you remember I was working on this Apple MacBook. I installed Windows 7 on it. Now I'm gonna try and upgrade to Windows 10. I've got a USB flash drive plugged in at the back there with Windows 10, and I'm gonna see if Windows 10 boot USB, if I could do it from the USB flash drive. So go to setup, yes. To do that, now we just got a flash there, Windows 10, Windows Preparing 3. So it looks like it's installing by itself from the USB flash drive. Now let's see if it goes. I want to, we're getting a few things ready. Choose what to keep. Keep nothing because I want a clean installation. Next. This will take a few minutes, please wait. In the alright, so I gotta say install now. Ready to install. Install Windows 10 Home. Keep nothing. Alright, so we can go to install. Installing Windows 10. Your PC will restart several times. This may take a while. 0% complete. And this folder here is the USB flash drive. 1% complete. So once again, what I'm doing is I've got a Apple MacBook model A1225, and this is from 2007. That's why when I tried to do the Windows 10 installation at first, it wouldn't work. It was only giving me Windows 7 because when this MacBook came out, Windows 10 wasn't available. Windows 10 didn't come out as yet. Only Windows 7 came out, and the PC might have upgraded itself. That's why it recognized Windows 7. Now it's up to 75%. Okay, I've got to fill out a few drop-down menus here. Alright, let me just type in this here. Click on next. Just a moment. So once again, this is an Apple Macintosh Apple MacBook model A1225. It's from around 2007. and I was able to use Boot Camp Assistant to put Windows 7 on it using a disk, DVD disk, and after that I used a USB flash drive with Windows 10 and I upgraded it to Windows 10. So what you're seeing here is Windows 10 on an Apple MacBook computer. And as I showed you previously, when it's booting up, hold down the Option key for about 5 seconds or whatever you'll decide, and it'll give you the option which operating system you want to boot up in, whether it's the Apple or the Windows. So we've got 2 operating systems on 1 hard drive on 1 computer here. Get everything ready for you. Alright, so here you have it. This is the actual Windows 10 screen. Recycle bin, that's your Windows icon. Searching for display driver. Well, battery life doesn't matter because this is not a laptop. We'll get rid of that. Close that out. Sound. Alright, that's about it, guys. So here you have it. Windows 10 operating system on a Apple MacBook model A1225, and this unit is from 2007. Alrighty, thank you very much for all of your time, and talk to you later. Bye now.